Hey everybody, it's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of the Rush Hour podcast with a massive update in the Elon Musk versus Donald Trump breakup. It went from a rom-com to a tragedy real fast. It's spilling out live right now on Twitter. I'm going to share what Elon had to say. Now, as you guys know, Elon Musk does not support the big beautiful bill, which is Donald Trump's marquee achievement that he wants to pass through the House and already did pass through the House and now the Senate. Of course, it would add trillions of dollars in debt. Elon said this: without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. Now, I can't tell you for sure whether or not he would have won with or without Elon Musk, but Elon Musk did donate $250 million? How much was it? 150, 250? Who really knows the amount of money Elon donated? Now, this week, Elon was in the Oval Office. Trump just gave him one of those shiny gold keys. I think Trump's going to send his repo, Dog the Bounty Hunter, over there to get that key back. They are not happy. So Sonia Vasquez says, one could also say without Trump, Elon's companies would still be under investigation. He wouldn't have gotten those federal contracts and he wouldn't be millions of dollars richer. Multiple things can be true here. Elon Musk has benefited from being associated with Trump, absolutely. And also, Tesla, no one's buying them anymore. For some reason whatsoever, the stock price is still high, but Donald Trump is peddling or was peddling Teslas on the front lawn of the White House. Meanwhile, as Trump is spilling out, I'm going to share what Elon had to say in response. But this just happened. Bulwark Online posted it. The German chancellor is in the Oval Office speaking with Donald Trump in front of those gaudy gold spray-painted home goods, decals they've got there. And a very embarrassing moment for the White House. Have a listen.
Here, Mr. President, to talk with you later on how we could contribute to that goal. And we all are looking for measures and for instruments to bring this terrible war to an end. And may I remind you that we are having June 6th tomorrow. This is D-Day anniversary, when the Americans once ended a war in Europe. And I think this is in your hand in specific, in ours.
That was not a pleasant day for you?
No, that was not a pleasant.
This was not a great
in
day.
the long run, Mr. President, this was the liberation of my country from Nazi dictatorship.
That's true. That's true.
And we know what we owe you. But this is the reason why I'm saying that America is again in a very strong position to...
Isn't that wild, though, that the German chancellor has to tell Trump, we owe you? This after Trump dodged the draft saying he had bone spurs. What a wild time to be alive. So we've got all of the tea spilling out. That's happening. And then Trump's responding to the breakup live. We'll get into what Trump had to say. But Elon Musk is challenging the words of Donald Trump from just 12 years ago, where Trump said, I cannot believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I am a Republican and I am embarrassed. He said no member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if our country's budget is not balanced. Elon just responded saying 100 and wise words. And then Elon goes so far to say, where is the man who wrote these words? Was he replaced by a body double? And of course, Trump would say, whatever he needs to say when he's not in office to, share his point. But now that he's the commander in chief, he's like, all right, we don't need a debt ceiling because he wants tax cuts for the ultra wealthy, and the only way to pay for that would be stripping away all of the social programs for the poor and for the lower class and the middle class, really. Basically, anyone who's not making a lot of money in the $1 million range is going to have either their taxes stay the same or have tax increases. Here's what Donald Trump had to say. Breaking news just came out. Trump said he's disappointed with Musk. And just like anybody who has some negative things to say about Donald Trump, he says he must have Trump derangement syndrome. If I had a dollar for every time I've been accused of having Trump derangement syndrome, when in fact I think I've got a critical eye that's calling out hypocrisy, I would be rich. Have a listen.
And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. A lot of good things are happening in this room. And I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly. And Some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But
Trump thinks he's a hot girl. He's like, they leave me and then they want this booty back. They come back for the booty. They miss it. They're over there just saying, "Oh, the good days. I didn't know what I didn't have."
We have it with others too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it. You'll let us know. Yeah. And he never had a problem.
Say what you will about Trump. He makes me laugh. All right. So Elon Musk posted 1 hour ago, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? Let me tell you something. If Elon Musk creates a new party, it is the end to the Republican Party, because I don't see a world in which he's creating a party that will resonate with those on the left. Of course, after he stripped, used Doge to strip USAID, they're saying that Elon Musk and Doge may be responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths, because literally mothers that had AIDS are not getting their medication. People are literally dying. Because some of these programs existed to help, there's food rotting in storage containers because those who had the access codes to these relief programs are fired. It was a disaster. And all for what, Elon? All for what? Like, what did we accomplish by Doge? This current government is now outspending the Biden administration this far into their term. And they'll say, well, it's because, they've left us with no bullets in the weapons and we need, they say all this BS. But anyone with a critical eye knows that it is unsustainable what they're trying to pull off. Elon Musk says such an obvious lie. So he's calling Donald Trump a liar. Donald Trump said Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. And then Elon calls him a liar. So sad. Elon Musk reposted this fan who said, what Elon Musk is doing is genuinely heroic. He will win no friends in politics and will be ostracized by the current administration, but he is totally right. Now, Elon Musk is right, and maybe a broken clock is right twice a day. There are things that he is right about. He's right in a lot of ways about the emerging electric vehicle technologies and certain things, but then there's others where, like, his Doge cutting, didn't really do anything. He only cut a small percentage that he thought he would. None of it was fraud. Nobody's been charged with fraud. He just cut social welfare programs. It goes on and on. So Elon is literally tweeting nonstop, pulling up former things that Trump said. Someone asked who is right. I'm going to go with Elon Musk on this one, and 76%. So Elon is going to win over the Twitter crowd. That's for sure. He says Congress is spending America into bankruptcy. And again, interest cost on the U.S. federal debt. And look, regardless if it's a Democratic president, Republican, the debt is insane. Just the interest alone has gone into the $1 trillion level. If we didn't have interest on our debt, we would be able to afford college education, mothers and fathers that could stay home a little bit longer after they have a baby, right? Paid family leave, healthcare for all. Like, these are things we have the ability to take care of if we get our priorities right. And the servicing of this debt, the interest, is unsustainable. And what it's proved is it puts our balls in the hands of other countries that own that debt, because they can decide to pull out. It's not a good look. We're being held hostage by our own greed. So either way, he's just responding to all of this, calling people out, calling out anyone who voted for the big, ugly spending bill. And look, I don't think someone should be as wealthy as Elon Musk, where they can say, if you vote against the things that I want, I will primary you. I don't think a private citizen should have that power to put a bunch of money into primarying somebody. As we just saw in an election, what was it in, I believe in Wisconsin, was it? An election where Elon Musk's candidate for Supreme Court actually lost. Now, he wanted a Supreme Court justice. He wanted his Supreme Court justice in there because he's going to possibly be taking something to trial, or is being taken to trial there. But nonstop back and forth. Trump said that he's mad about the EV mandates. And then what does Elon do? He says, 5 years ago, I told you I knew it would end. Have a listen.
we don't need the $7,500 tax credit. I would say, honestly, I would just can this whole bill. Don't pass it. That's my recommendation.
What about the support though for the charging network? I mean, there are parts of this bill and no.
No, I mean, do we need support for gas stations? We don't. So there's no need for this for support for a charging network. I would delete it. Delete.
All right, so either way, wild stuff, wild, and it's not over. It's happening right now. I just had to get this out to you. We just released the afternoon rush hour. If you're new to the show, we have a morning episode and an afternoon episode twice a day. And just go to the Rush Hour with Dave Neal anywhere you listen to podcasts or subscribe to the channel. We cover pop culture, politics, and everything in between. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. I'm Dave. This is The Rush.